He heard everything while they thought he was unconscious. Glass shattered. Tires screamed. Metal crushed like paper. Marcus felt the impact slam through his chest before darkness swallowed his sight. Voices floated somewhere far away. "Sir. Stay with us." He didn't answer. He couldn't. But he could hear. When the hospital monitor began its slow steady beep, Marcus realized something terrifying. His body wouldn't move. Not a finger. Not an eyelid. Yet his mind was awake, sharp, alert. "I'm conscious," he tried to say. Nothing left his lips. Footsteps rushed in. "Severe trauma," a doctor whispered. "Possible coma." Coma? Inside, Marcus's thoughts roared. "I'm not in a coma." But the room treated him like a corpse that hadn't been buried yet. Minutes passed. Or hours. He couldn't tell. Then a nurse said quietly, "Such a powerful man reduced to this." Powerful. Yes. Marcus Hale built an empire from nothing. Billion-dollar acquisitions. Ruthless negotiations. He didn't lose. He dominated. People stood when he entered rooms. Competitors trembled when he spoke. In his world, loyalty was bought, not earned. And now he lay still, trapped inside his own body. A hand touched his arm. Soft. Familiar. His wife. "Oh, Marcus," she whispered. Relief flooded him. "She's here." Her voice changed instantly. "When will he be declared legally unresponsive?" she asked. Silence. A male voice replied, low and professional. "If there's no improvement, decisions may be discussed soon." She exhaled slowly. Not sadness. Calculation. Marcus felt something colder than the crash spread through him. She leaned closer. Her perfume, jasmine and ice, filled his lungs. "You always controlled everything," she murmured. "Let's see who controls it now." His mind froze. Footsteps faded. Door shut. Marcus screamed inside his skull. What did she mean by that? Another voice entered his thoughts, softer, trembling. The nurse again. "I feel bad for him," she said. "No one deserves this." Marcus clung to those words like oxygen. Time. Dragged. Then a new pair of shoes clicked across the floor. Slow. Confident. Male. His younger brother. "Well," the brother said casually, "looks like the throne's empty." Marcus's heartbeat thundered against the machines. "You always thought you were smarter than me," the brother continued. "Guess who signs the contracts now?" Paper rustled. "Once life support becomes a discussion," he added lightly, "the board will need a new chairman." "I've already prepared statements." Prepared? Marcus's thoughts exploded. Already? A chair creaked. The brother leaned closer. "You should have trusted me more, Marcus. But don't worry. I'll take very good care of your company." "Not you. Your company." The words sliced deeper than glass. The door opened again. "Visiting time is over," a nurse said. The brother sighed. "Pity. I was just getting started." Footsteps faded. Silence returned. Marcus lay trapped, heart pounding, rage building, mind racing. For the first time in his life, the man who controlled everything realized something horrifying. He had absolutely no control. And someone somewhere was already preparing to replace him. If you're already hooked and want to see how far this betrayal goes, wait, before I continue, subscribe now, because what happens next will change everything. The door opened again before Marcus could steady his thoughts. He expected a doctor. Maybe a lawyer. Instead, he heard two familiar voices whispering sharply. His children. "Did you see the report?" his daughter asked. "Yes," his son replied. "If he doesn't recover soon, the board votes." Votes. Marcus's chest tightened. "We have to secure our shares before Uncle Daniel makes a move," she continued. "Dad always said business is war." War. His son chuckled softly. "Then we'd better win." Marcus felt something inside him crack. Not bone. Something deeper. Something pride had protected for decades. They weren't worried about him. They were worried about percentages. His daughter lowered her voice. Do you think he left a hidden clause in the will? Silence. I don't know, the son admitted. But if he did, we need to find it before anyone else does. Marcus's thoughts roared. I'm still alive. Papers shuffled. We should check his office safe tonight, she said. Before Mom gets there first. Mom. So they were competing against their own mother now. His son exhaled slowly. You realize if he wakes up, none of this matters. A pause. Then she said something that turned Marcus's blood cold. He won't. The certainty in her voice echoed louder than the heart monitor. Footsteps approached quickly. A nurse again. You shouldn't stress the patient, she warned. We're just talking, the son replied smoothly. Marcus wanted to grab him. Shake him. Demand when did you become this person? But his body remained stone. The door closed again. Silence returned. For a long time nothing happened. Just the machine. The air vent. His own heartbeat pounding in his ears. Then another presence entered. Different footsteps. Slow. Dragging. Tired. Not polished shoes. Work shoes. A man muttered softly to himself. Another night shift, thank God tomorrow's Friday. A bucket rolled. Cloth wrung. Marcus felt the faint vibration of cleaning motions near his bed. The men sighed. You probably can't hear me, sir, but I hope you wake up. Marcus's mind froze. The voice wasn't greedy. Wasn't calculating. Wasn't pretending. It was sincere. I don't know who you are, the man continued gently, but nobody deserves to lie here alone. Marcus felt something unfamiliar tighten in his throat. Emotion he didn't recognize because no one had spoken to him like that in years. The cleaner chuckled quietly. Funny thing is, rich people usually got rooms full of visitors. Guess money doesn't buy everything. Marcus almost laughed inside his mind. You have no idea. The man's tone softened. My boy asked me tonight if heroes are real. He paused. Cloth wiped slowly. I told him yeah. Sometimes they're people you never even meet. Marcus listened. Every word pulling him deeper. The cleaner took a breath. Truth is, one saved my son once. Marcus's pulse spiked. Saved. If a stranger hadn't paid for his surgery, my boy wouldn't be alive. The room felt suddenly smaller. I don't know that man's name, the cleaner said quietly. But I pray for him every night. Marcus's thoughts stopped. Because years ago, he had paid for a random child's surgery. Anonymous. Forgotten. Except by one person. Standing right beside him. Marcus felt the realization hit him harder than the crash. It's him. Out of all the board members, executives, investors, politicians, and social elites who had shaken his hand, the only person praying for him was a janitor who didn't even know his name. The man kept speaking softly as he wiped the rail beside Marcus's bed. My son thinks that man is an angel, he said with a small laugh. Kids believe simple things like that. Marcus's chest tightened. No one had ever called him anything close to an angel. I told my boy that man was probably rich, the cleaner continued. But not because he had money. Because only a rich heart gives without needing credit. Marcus's mind went silent. Rich heart. No board member had ever described him that way. Not once. The cleaner sighed. You know. I used to hate rich men. Thought they were all the same. Proud. Cold. Untouchable. Marcus almost flinched inside. That man changed my mind, the cleaner said. He didn't know me. Didn't know my child. Still helped. That's real power. Real power. The words echoed. Not control. Not money. Not fear. Power. Footsteps suddenly approached fast outside the room. Voices. Urgent. Angry whispers. The cleaner paused. Marcus recognized them instantly. His wife. His brother. And his business partner. They entered thinking they were alone. The cleaner quietly stepped back into the shadow near the curtain, unnoticed. His wife spoke first. The lawyer confirmed it. If his condition doesn't change in 48 hours, authority shifts temporarily. The brother's voice sharpened. Temporarily isn't enough. I want permanent. The partner chuckled. Relax. Markets move fast. Investors panic faster. Once the board votes, it's done. Marcus's pulse thundered. His wife lowered her tone. And the accident? Silence. Then the partner said calmly, handled. Marcus's mind detonated. Handled. His brother added, no witnesses. No cameras. Just a tragic brake failure. The room spun though Marcus couldn't move. Brake failure. Not accident. Planned. His wife exhaled slowly. Good. Because if he wakes up. He won't, the partner interrupted confidently. Marcus's thoughts ignited with a fire he hadn't felt in years. You tried to kill me. The cleaner stood frozen behind the curtain, barely breathing. The brother stepped closer to Marcus's bed. Marcus could almost feel his presence leaning over him. You always said trust no one, the brother murmured. Looks like you should have listened to yourself. They all laughed quietly. Marcus memorized every voice. Every word. Every tone. The partner spoke again. Once support is withdrawn, we announce the transition immediately. Sympathy spikes stock value. Stock. They were turning his death into a strategy. His wife adjusted something on the bedside table. Then let's not delay decisions. Marcus's rage turned cold. Controlled. Focused. For the first time since the crash, he felt powerful again. Because they didn't know. They had just confessed everything. And he had heard it all. Behind the curtain the cleaner whispered under his breath, barely audible. God, please let this man wake up. Marcus made a decision in that instant. He would. But not yet. He needed them to say more. He needed proof. And when he rose, he wouldn't just wake up. He would end them. Silence returned after they left, but Marcus's mind burned brighter than it ever had during any business war. He no longer felt helpless. He felt dangerous. Behind the curtain, the cleaner slowly stepped forward again, unaware of the storm raging inside the men on the bed. I shouldn't have heard that, he whispered nervously. But I'm glad you didn't hear it, sir. Some truths would hurt too much. Marcus almost smiled inside. I heard everything. The cleaner picked up his bucket. Anyway. I should finish before the supervisor checks. My boy says heroes always wake up. So you better prove him right, okay. Footsteps faded. Door closed. Marcus focused inward. Years of discipline sharpened his thoughts into a blade. He replayed every word they'd said. Every confession. Every detail. Brake failure. No witnesses. No cameras. They thought they'd erased the truth. They forgot the one thing they couldn't erase. Him. The next morning the room filled again. Shoes. Voices. Tension. Doctor. Wife. Brother. Partner. The doctor cleared his throat. We need to discuss options regarding life support. His wife spoke softly, almost rehearsed. We don't want him suffering. Marcus waited. The brother added, if there's no chance of recovery, we should be realistic. Marcus waited. The partner said, it's what he would have wanted. Marcus counted silently. 3. 2. 1. His finger twitched. The doctor gasped. Wait. Marcus's eyes opened. The room froze. His wife stumbled back. His brother's mouth dropped. The partner turned pale. Marcus's voice came out hoarse but steady. Don't stop. I'd love to hear what else I would have wanted. No one moved. Fear filled the air like smoke. The brother stuttered. Marcus, you're awake. Yes, Marcus said quietly. And I've been awake long enough. He pressed a small button hidden beneath his palm. From the bedside speaker came their voices. Clear. Undeniable. The accident was handled. No witnesses. Once support is withdrawn. The recording played like a verdict from heaven. His wife's face drained of color. The partner backed toward the door. The brother whispered, "Turn that off." Marcus's gaze hardened. No. The recording ended. Silence. Then Marcus spoke with terrifying calm. Security is outside. Police are on their way. Every word you said has already been copied to 3 different lawyers. The partner bolted for the door. It swung open instantly. Security stepped in. "Don't let anyone leave," Marcus ordered. For the first time in his life, they obeyed him out of fear, not obligation. His wife's voice trembled. "Marcus, please, we can explain." He looked at her like she was a stranger. "You already did." Officers entered moments later. No shouting. No struggle. Just handcuffs. As they were led out, his brother turned back. "You destroy your own family." Marcus's eyes were ice. "You destroyed yourselves." The door shut behind them. Quiet settled. Then Marcus said softly, "There's one more person I want to see." Minutes later the cleaner stepped in nervously, cap in hand. "Sir, they said you asked for me." Marcus studied him. Same worn shoes. Same tired eyes. Same honest presence. "You prayed for me," Marcus said. The men blinked. "You heard that?" "I heard everything." The cleaner looked horrified. "I'm sorry if I spoke out of place." Marcus interrupted gently. "What's your name?" "Daniel, sir." Marcus nodded slowly. "Daniel, you once said real power is helping someone who can't repay you." Daniel swallowed. "Yes, sir." Marcus extended his hand slightly. "Come work for me." Daniel stared. "Sir." "I don't need more executives," Marcus said. "I need more men with hearts." Daniel's voice shook. "I'm just a cleaner." Marcus replied quietly, "No. You're the richest man I've met this week." Daniel's eyes filled. Marcus leaned back against the pillow, exhausted but victorious. Power hadn't saved him. Money hadn't saved him. Truth had. And truth had spoken through the poorest man in the room. Marcus looked toward the window and said softly, "When I had everything, no one was honest with me. When I had nothing, one stranger was." The monitor beeped steadily. Not weak. Not fading. Alive. And this time, fully in control. In the end, Marcus realized that power isn't control, trust and loyalty are, and underestimating those closest to you can cost you everything.